add is just my experience. So I've been with Usana now for almost 22 years. I started in 2001 and just started in the call center and taking phone calls, placing orders. And back then, believe it or not, Dr. Wentz, who you see here in this picture, he would walk up and down the aisles of the call center, and he would make sure there was no coats on the back of our chairs and that everybody's desk space was perfectly clean and that we were using proper English, and just a very structured, very organized, intelligent but caring man, because he wanted the experience to be the best for the people who were interested in the company. So yeah, 22 years, and I'm actually not the oldest employee. We have several who are 30 years, 25 years, and people just stick around, again, because of the values. But for this section, we're going to go over, in future calls, we'll have scientists come on, we'll have our products team come on and really explain the details. But again, for this section, I just wanted to share what I feel is most important for you to understand about the founding of our company, about the origins. And it reminds me of several conversations I've been in, I've personally witnessed. So is personally overhearing these conversations or being involved, where someone says, you know what, that direct selling model works really well to make a lot of money. And so I think we're going to start something. And now all I have to do is find a product. I just got to find some product out there. I don't even care what it is. I'm going to find a product and we're going to try to sell it, right? And
recording in progress.
I can tell you this happens in the industry. This happens in this business, but that is not the origins of Usana. Dr. Wentz, and those of you who are in Usana, you can attest to this, shake your head. This man is obsessed with the human cell, with the health of the human cell. And he just did a speech at our convention that I think gave people goosebumps when he was just talking about the science and how to feed people's bodies in a healthy way. And so our company, Usana, is truly founded by a scientist on the whole premise and the whole basis of improving people's lives because of some very personal experiences with health challenges that his parents had. And he said, you know what, I'm going to do something about this. You know, with my background in immunology, microbiology, he's a world-renowned scientist, but it all started with his why, that he wanted to help people live happier, healthy lives. And so, again, we'll have scientists come on, but I can tell you from my heart, and this is a lot of the reason I've stuck around for 22 years, is because I know this company is founded on a product, on the science behind a product and a desire to improve people's lives. So Dr. Wentz back in 1974 started this company, Goal Laboratories, to feed the cells. And it wasn't so much just saying, hey, we need some vitamins, we need some nutrients, and we want to keep bodies healthy. It was saying, what are the right nutrients? What's the right form? And what are the right amounts of nutrients that the body needs to really be optimized? And so, again, I'm proud to be here because I believe in the mission and the vision of helping people's lives through science. And this isn't just a business that was started to make money and a product was added later. This is legitimately a company that was founded on science. So let's go to the next slide. And again, this kind of just shows that circle about the Usana. I'd say this slide really focuses on the science piece, that we're founded on science, as I mentioned, that we have specific technologies, patents. We'll get into it, but I'll show you how many doctors we have on staff who are researching this stuff and partnering. And so it's this full approach from the product perspective, but more than that, it's really about the lifestyle. It's about mental health. It's about physical health. It's about spiritual health. It's really your full life and not just a product, but really your whole lifestyle and improving your health and happiness throughout your life. So we'll talk about some athletes and then kind of Usana's track record. So we'll quickly go through that and I'll pass it back to Puneet. But 150 scientists, those of you who were at our convention, this is usually something that just sticks out more than anything else. You've got all these scientists. This year it was virtually lined up on stage, all in lab coats, legitimately 150 scientists who are up there, and they're doing the research. They're partnering with universities. They're writing papers. I mean, this is legitimate scientists. I walk around the halls of the office for the last 20 years, and there's people in lab coats, and they have beakers and all this scientific equipment, and it's just, I'd say for those of you who've been to the office, it's always great to go to international convention. It's great to see everyone in the big meeting and the rah-rah. But probably the number one thing that people get from that, or their biggest kind of takeaway from the experience, is when people go to the home office and they do the tour of our facilities and they see the machines that are mixing, they see the scientific equipment that's measuring just very precise technology. I mean, it's, again, I just can't state it enough. It's clearly a science-based company that is using the direct sales channel because of how effective it is, but it's the basis of science that really pushes our company. So one of the most fascinating and real core differentiators of the company is one of our technologies, which is called intelligence technology. And again, for those of you who are in the company and you know all about this, just briefly, for those of you who may just be hearing this for the first time, this is really a technology that's designed to send messages to your body. So it sends these messages to your specific messages to your cells, and then the cells receive it and they kind of initiate a response. Right? It's telling your body, it's like flip the switch on, and then that activates these targeted health benefits for your body. So I'm going to leave the details and some of the examples to the scientists to cover in future discussions. But I'm telling you, this technology is really game-changing in the health industry. And it has to do with the way the products are formulated. Again, it's not just having this type of vitamin or this type of nutrient in there. It's the exact composition that initiates this intelligence technology. And that, I'm telling you, I've personally experienced it, and I'm sure many people on this call could raise their hand and say, when I take this product, I notice the difference. And that's because of the science that's behind the products. That's because of the research that's done and the real effectiveness that the users experience when they see this technology working to actually affect them physically in their lives. So let's go on to the next slide. This kind of just shows the process. And again, talk about that experience when hopefully all of you, one day, if you haven't already, will be able to come do that tour at the home office, at our office in China, and hopefully at the office in the future in India. But just to see this full approach to the way we, again, it's, I don't know if I can use this word, it's kind of nerdy in a way. It's, it's like extreme science and extreme just exactness to specifications, to trials, manufacturing, the standards that we have, the third-party certifications and authentication. It just is the entirety of the process that separates USANA from a vitamin or supplement that you find on the shelf that may or may not even have, you know, what's on the label. And so I'm confident in this process. And the other group that I feel this is meaningful. So if you're hearing this for the first time, USANA has a heavy focus on athletes, or a heavy um, contingency and group of athletes that take our products. And if you think about this, this is really crucial because this includes Olympic athletes, many, many Olympians. In fact, in Korea, if you were there, you saw some of them with their medals and everything. But think, the Olympics always fascinate me. They work for 4 years for maybe a 30-second event, or a 1-minute event. But throughout that 4 years and all the buildup and all the rest and workouts and nutrition, all the things that they do to prime their body for that one event, they could lose it all. They could lose it all if they took a supplement that was designed to enhance their health, but they tested positive for some sort of banned substance. And so if you see here, more than any other supplement company in the world, USANA has relationships with athletes. And these are high-end professional athletes that trust what's on the label, is in the product. In fact, we even have $1 million guarantee. It says if somebody tests positive as a result of taking our supplements, that we'll compensate them up to $1 million for losses and damages. But hopefully you see this as a differentiator. Again, that's not a small number of athletes. We have thousands of athletes, 2,000 athletes plus, that are taking our products and know that they can do so in confidence. So, in addition to the product side, so I spent a lot of time on that because that's the basis of the company. And that's where you really, for those of you who are already in USANA, you get to, I believe, while you're on this call, why you're so excited about India is because you felt that difference, right? It's not because you're getting paid to do this, but because you've literally felt the difference it can make in your health. So the product side is where we're founded, but we're also an industry leader because of the products we have and because of the way in which we run our business, which Puneet's going to get into a little bit later on our values, our culture, some of the things that set us apart, as well as Gunjan on the products and comp plan. But truly, I feel it's not biased, and there are reports and things that show that we truly are a leader in the industry. So a couple areas that we are industry leaders. Gunjan, if you can go to the next slide. Is, again, we've been around for 30 years. There aren't many companies in our industry that have been around for 30 years. But I would say more so than that, because we do have some, but the growth trajectory that our company has been on is strong, it's stable, and you don't see this. You don't see these spikes of revenue and things fall off, and then you try to build back up and hope something sticks for a while, and then it falls back off when it wears off. I'm telling you, this line of customer and sales growth is just strong and steady. We don't do things just to do a quick injection of revenue or sales. We are committed to the long term. We're open in 25 markets throughout the world. We have yet to close a country that we've opened. And so we're committed when we go into a new country. And you'll see that when we talk about India and where we're headed and the commitment that we're making to India. So we're a leader in the industry. We're publicly traded, which not many companies can say. There are only a handful that are publicly traded. And I mean, the reality is that just gives you transparency, right? So for those of you in USANA, I hope you promote that because it really does create transparency. People can look into our numbers, look into our financials. They can see that steady growth over the years. And at the end of the day, you don't get that unless you're committed to ethics, unless the whole company and the associates out selling and customers truly feel like it's a solid business and you care about people. And it's more than just the money. It's really about people and doing things right. And so you won't see USANA cutting corners. uh, and that's how we've built up the strength of the company we have. So, and maybe most importantly, is we give back, and we have a foundation, and this foundation has really taken off, and so it's something that I'm proud of. It's something I donate to because I see the difference it makes. But this is more, again, more than just a product. It's more than a business. This is a family. This is a culture that I'm so proud of. And I plan to be here forever. You know, as long as they'll have me, I'm going to continue to be here. And it's because of my belief in the company. So 14 billion in sales, cumulative since the opening 3 years ago. 6 billion in commissions paid, and over 450 million active customers and social. And for those of you on the call that know about Usana already, we've been doing this lately. And what this stands for is our goal to have 1 million members as part of our global Usana family. And I'm telling you, it almost makes me emotional a little bit to think about how big of a difference opening the India market can make to that, and how many lives we can truly help and improve, both financially and physically, and just the good that there is going to be done with the announcement of this opening. I truly believe in it in my heart. I believe we have the right team in the market, and you'll see that as you connect with them. The global team is here to support you and help you be successful, but more than anything, this is because of you, our associates, our customers, and your care for other people. And so we're just here to support you. We're here to help you. We're here to share information. But you're the true champions of changing people's lives. And I commend you for that, because it's not easy to get rejected. It's not easy to go out there and share something that's personal and maybe not everyone understands. But you truly are the heroes, and that's going to make a difference in India. That's going to make us successful in helping people's lives and giving back. And that's our goal. And that's what Dr. Wentz envisioned 30 years ago when this company was founded. So, Puneet, thank you. Sorry for being a little emotional, but
hey Dan, no,
I'm really excited about this. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks Dan for joining us. I mean, I'll be very honest. We were all crying when Kevin was launching our Usana in Korea, Usanaindia. Because I know Dan has really worked hard, and I also want to thank a lot of people back in home office who really supported for this launch. So Dan, thank you. We are very excited about India. I know that so many people are writing many things, it's the word is spreading. So I'm very happy that, Dan, you came here. I know you've got a conference going on, and still you could take some time out, and you're here with us. So thanks again, Dan, and thank you for this beautiful opportunity. And without your support and guidance and direction, this won't have been possible. So thank you, Dan. All right, so thanks. Okay, so let's focus on India. The India opportunity, it's again divided into three parts. The time is now, and the support is here, and unique changes for your success. So let's understand the time is now. Why the time is now? Why we are looking at entering in India? Why Usana is in India, and what's happening in India? Some stats about India which will really amaze you, those who are from outside. So just look at this slide. You have almost 33% of the population. That's kind of 1/3. They're middle class, so which means that they're aspirers. They really want to step up. They want to do something in life, and they really want to change their life. So huge opportunity. The millennials population in India is probably the largest in the world. Almost 400 million people are millennials. Can you imagine? 34%. Huge. Strong macros. India's GDP is growing. Things are happening in India. If you happen to live here, it's just changing. What we were about 7 years back, 8 years back, and what we are today. The landscape has totally changed. And it's all happening here in India. Social media. Do you know that India is the number one? India has the number one Instagram users in the world. Almost close to 230 million people. Indians are on Instagram. Can you beat it? Huge opportunity. Facebook. Almost 450 million people are on Facebook, and they're kind of sharing sharing, the business sharing opportunity. Things are all happening in India. Another stat which will really amaze you: 105,000 influencers on the social media space. They've got followers anything from 1,000 to about 10 million. Huge opportunity for people to build our social media space and grow your business through social media. Direct selling, it's almost doubled in 5 years. Wellness and cosmetics kind of account for approximately 80% of the market space. You can take cosmetics also as a skincare, because here in India a lot of people understand skincare as a cosmetic. So cosmetics and skincare put together. We have a company here that's a competition, and they do close to about 600 million. Huge opportunity. It's all happening here in India. So next one, next slide. Dan spoke about the value alignment. If you really see our values, excellence, community, health, integrity, they're so connected, and so it just resonates so well with our Indian culture. Take an example, health. I'm sure you know that the yoga started from India. I mean, when you come here, you walk, you see in the morning, people are walking, running, the gyms are mushrooming, things are changing, and especially COVID has changed a lot of game for us here. In the last 2 years, so many, more or less everybody has started to move on to the nutrition. People are very careful about their health, and things are changing. And of course, that's the value we have. Community, and I love talking about it as an Indian, and all the Indians who are here, or all those who kind of are surrounded by Indians. It's always about family. We live, we die, we breathe. It's always about family. And that's Usana, right? A community, a family. We build communities together. And that's a value so close to our hearts. I mean, we still, let me be honest, we still have a joint family culture in India. That's where we are as a country. And of course, we are very much confident that, because of our strong vision, which Dan spoke about, and also our strong values, India will have a huge contribution to the 1 million healthy homes as we open India in the later part of this year. Next, Kunjan, what are our USPs? And this is especially for the people who are joining the calls from around the world. There are three factors which I would like to kind of highlight. The first thing, there's a lot of focus on health right now in India. If you like, take a picture of this slide. Because when you meet an Indians, they're very, very educated consumers. They know, they understand, a lot of them understand the ingredients. They understand the scientists, they understand, they want to learn about science. They want to learn about, the technology, because they're all aware there's a huge competition here. That's why, everybody is kind of educated. So that's where we come, that we are backed by science and we are backed by technology. Cellular health. This is right now very unique to India. A lot of the companies are not there talking about cellular health. Huge opportunity. Family referrals, community, family, this just goes hand in hand, right? If you are being referred by a friend or a family or a doctor or a scientist or an athlete, I mean, they will believe in you. They'll really trust you. So leverage the strengths we have of so many athletes and scientists on board, right? We've got so much stuff available. Let's focus on health. Trustworthy brand. It's huge that we are publicly traded. We are like black and white. We are here for long term. You just tell people that, oh wow, just go on the internet. Look at Usana. Financials are open. Everything is open. What you want is just there. We are black and white. We don't operate out of grays. There are no grays here. We have a history of 30 years and going strong. Absolutely. 30 years, we're growing strong around the world, and we are top in the industry. And Dan did speak about it. We definitely are top in the industry. And now, with the 25th market opening in India, we're going to further gain strength, of going further up, in the top level in the industry. Compensation plan, something very interesting. Our plan, basically, for all those who understand the plan, we reward depth and we reward the teamwork. Most of the plans in India reward the width. And right, those who are from the industry right here in India, they understand the difference between width and the depth. And the appreciation of depth is much more in this market, for sure. Of course, along with the width too. So there is a lot of appreciation of depth in the market. So take an advantage. speak about our depth, speak about our system, speak about our plan, and that you will have a lot of benefits when you tell people about the depth as a plan, as a part of the plan. Weekly payout. The world is changing. Everybody wants, right now. They want their money now. For the work people do. They don't want to wait for a month. More or less, all the brands in India, most of the brands in India, most of the direct sellers in India, they give you a monthly payout. But we are here to give you a weekly payout. It's very unique to India. India will also have an affiliate and consumer or a customer program. You just saw me presenting the social media dominance. I mean, it's massive. Got about close to 100,000 plus influencers right here on the social media. So we would really like that you take advantage of this affiliate and customer program as we launch Indian market. Next, support is here. This is a support. You just met me, and you're gonna meet my colleague Gunjan, who heads the sales and marketing after that, and then we have Amit looking after the customer service, and Sarthak and VT and Neeru and Manoj. We all come with the industry experience, more or less. We feel that we got about little above 100 years of experience in this industry, living here and working with broadly all the top brands here in India. So we are there to support you. We feel we are a strong team and we're always there to help you. We are behind you, as Dan said. Just tell us what you need and more than happy to assist you in anything you want. Next one. We've already established an India office. We just got the possession on 1st May, and now we are, right now branding it, and it's on a very premium location at the Golf Course Road. If you come to Gurgaon, Gurugram, the Golf Course Road is very premium, and that's the building we are in. It's called as, One Horizon. It's a very premium location. We've taken the office here, and once it is ready, we'd like to invite you, to welcome you to our office. Have a look, meet us there, talk to us. More than happy to support you. Initially, as we understand, will call around the world, and in India we call it a branch office or pickup. Will not be available as we feel the world has actually moved. Things have moved to digital, and people don't want to travel all the way from one corner to here to the office. Everything is virtual, and the delivery systems and everything is much enhanced in India. So we will not have will call initially, but we will for sure see that in future as we go and open various brand centers, Usana brand centers around the world. We will check and we will ask you guys, if you feel that we need to have a will call, for sure, we are very much open to look into it. Of course, like other markets, we'll have a lot of tools and trainings available. We will do it in even vernacular languages as we move forward. For sure, India will have promotions and incentive trips. They're going to be very exciting. They're just a lot of fun, and we call it an education and entertainment both. That's the branding we really want to do as we move forward. We'll have a lot of recognition and events that's going to happen in India too. And as we get closer to the launch, you'll hear us more talking about the promotional and the incentive plans, and also a lot of events which we plan to do as we move forward. All right, the next one. So what are the unique changes of success, what we feel are very important as we build India? So let's see, and that is unique to India. Let's see what are these changes. Number one, we're going to have a phased launch. I'm going to talk about it in my coming slide, and then we will have a local manufacturing. Few of the people are writing here, will India have a local manufacturing? What's going to happen? And I'm going to cover in my coming slides, and what's unique to the compensation plan. That is what we will be sharing with you as we move forward. So we're going to have a phased launch. In the phase one, as a strategy of the organization, we will not open whole of India. We will go step by step. We will open the 18 states. What you see in a lighter color, that's the states which are going to be open for enrollment, open for the customers, the PCs, and also open for affiliates. And we will not be delivering even in the darker shade of the states what you're seeing here. We will assess, we will evaluate, we'll have a lot of learnings in these coming few months, and then based on the response we get from the field, from the people, from our sales force, and also we see that we've been able to kind of deliver, rather provide a premium customer experience to the people. We'll open that in phase two or in the near future. So that's the plan for now. Next one, let's speak a little bit more about the compensation plan and the products. as in, that's very important to us. And to speak more about it, I'm going to invite another special person on the stage. And she has 2 decades of experience with, top brands in India. She's wonderful, experienced, humble, knowledgeable person, and you will all love working with her. So, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome my dear friend and a dear colleague, our Director of Sales and Marketing, Gunjan Sai, on the stage, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Puneet. Thank you so much. And obviously, very, very grateful to the opportunity that we have today to bring Usana now in India. And thank you to all the international friends as well as the local Indian friends who've joined in today. And as Puneet said, we are going to be making these unique success changes. So, yes, in India, we will be having the local manufacturing. And of course, the first question that comes into mind is would we be matching the international standards on quality? Definitely. Why so? Because we've had all of our, global colleagues coming in from the R&D, from the manufacturing. They've visited the facilities that we have tied up in India. And in fact, what we've heard from them is, they kind of swipe the dust from the floor of the facility to check whether it's all clean or not. We are going to be following the certified manufacturing standards that USANA holds in the world. So, all my friends, you can be confident about the quality of the products in India for sure. And you know that we have the long term vision in India, and that's the reason we're going to be manufacturing these in India. And of course, leveraging the India's manufacturing strength and the logo that you see there of the tiger there, that's one of the logos that our Prime Minister has kind of launched it, and we feel pride in India to talk about it. So, friends, do talk about this fact that it's good. Uh, Yasana is going to be leveraging this trend. And how about the portfolio a little bit? So currently we will have the global portfolio that you are already aware of, the flagship products of Usana, but those would be made in India. Slow and steady, we go on to the another global portfolio, which we would probably import. And then, of course, as India holds, and you know that Ayurveda is one of the strengths, slow and steady, we will get into a regional portfolio, which would be, of course, made in India and made for India. Yeah. And moving forward, I'm sure you're all interested. You all know about the strengths of these products, and you know the kind of formulation, the product standards that go behind these flagship products. But for all of our Indian friends who've joined in today, we will have the multivitamin membranes in the form of core essentials, the omega-3 fatty acids in the name of Biomega, and of course, a very, very unique product to the market, which is going to be supporting the eye health, and that will be Vision X. Proflavanol C200, that's the antioxidant to support our immune health, which has become a priority for all of us, especially after the COVID. And of course, for healthy energy and heart health, we're going to be having the Coquinone 100, Trocosa for joint and mobility support, Magnetality for bone health, and of course, good muscle functioning. And the good thing is this magnecal formation comes to you with vitamin D support. And for weight management, and we will have the Nutri-Meal. So I'm sure you're going to be looking forward to all of these flagship products, the hero products of Usana. So be ready, and as we launch, we will get into more product workshop with this. And then now coming to the unique compensation plan, the first thing that came to the mind of the Usana management was we need to optimize the opportunity for India. India has a huge and an immense opportunity, but we need to optimize it. We need to simplify the compensation plan for India and, of course, be legally compliant. The good thing about our industry is now that we have the direct selling rules, we are pretty sure and confident that we will be having the right compensation plan for not just the Indian associates and affiliates who join in, but also a unique one for the international leaders' compensation benefits as well. So then, what is it, the bouquet that's going to be offering to the Indian friends that you're going to be talking about? So we will have the preferred customer format. Yes, if people just want to use our products, most welcome. They could be the buyer. They could go ahead and refer certain customers. We have the affiliate program, wherein if people are talking about becoming influencers, they want to share the products, they could go ahead and do that. And of course, the associate or the distributor all those who want to become the business builder will have the associate model as well. So yes, India would be having all the three models for the business. And now, of course, international friends are all already aware of this. But just to let you know, there would be no activation requirement. As soon as you join the business, you will have all your three business centers open, and the 50 sales volume points will be the basic qualification criteria for all your centers. We will maximize each business center at 3,000 sales volume points, and which would be the director level. Uh, and then when do the commission starts paying up? So the matching volume for the commission to be paid would be 30 SVP on the left, another 30 SVP on the right. And that's when you earn your regular 20% commission every week. Yeah? So these are some basic simplifications that have come on the Usana compensation plan. Of course, that's not just about it. We will have the leadership bonus for directors and above. So one share plus per maxed BC, and this would be about 2% of the sales. There will, of course, be the elite bonus to start with. We would start with the top 20 owners, and there would be a heavy focus on the growth shares. And I'm sure all our India friends are also interested in knowing what would be the titles and the ranks that remain. So that would remain absolutely the same to the world standards. So we will start with sharer, believer, builder, and then of course move on. So that doesn't change, but the titles, the ranks would remain at the same level. And now coming to the international associates who are all of you looking forward to building your business in India, do note that there will be no volume rollout outside of India. And why so? Because we will be having an independent trade. And the reason for this is, of course, we need to be legally compliant. We need to follow the law of the land, and of course, ensure that maximum optimization happens in the India market. This would also mean that there's a lot of reinvestment that goes into the market, and you, as an international associated, will definitely be compensated well when you are trying to build your business in India. Let's have a look as to what would the international leader compensation look like. So whatever the schedule that you're seeing on the screen right now, it begins at the time when you refer an associate for enrollment in India. And so, of course, your 1 to 5, your associate, whatever the base commission that they earn, you earn a match of your personally referred associate's base commission to the tune of 20% from the year 1 to the year 5. Yeah. So that's what you get for the first 5 years. Year 6 to 10 is 10%, 11 to 15 is 5, and thereafter it would continue at 2.5%. But hold on, is that just about it? Of course not. Usana always believes in giving you more and much more. So the very first year, when you go ahead and sponsor your first associates in India and you start to work with them, so from the opening until December 2024, you will earn a maximum whooping 40% of your referred associates' base commissions. Yeah, so and that's going to be a special promotion until December 2024. I'm sure now what's coming onto your mind is what really happens and what kind of money is Usana talking about. So let's say there are you are referring people, you are enrolling people in India, you're working with them, you're trying to make them directors, they're maximizing their business centers, and there you find 5 directors earning at the rank. What they earn is 156,000 CVP in a year. And what would be your commission out of that? Your matching commission would then be about 62,400 commission volume points. And I think the Indian friends are also thinking, well, what happens if I go ahead and sponsor associates in other markets? What happens to me? Well, so you get the same because the program also applies for all the people in India referring to the global market. So it's the same, whether an international associate sponsors in India or an Indian associate goes out and sponsors in the international other markets. Yeah. And not just this, when we talk about the compensation, uh, it's about the preferred customer and the affiliate model as well. So you earn a matching 20% of your personally referred preferred customer's order on, of course, the product sales price. And if you're referring an associate, and this is for the international markets, who are the participating markets in the affiliate program, you would earn a matching 20% there. And of course, it remains the same for the Indian consumers and Indian, associates who also kind of refer an affiliate or a preferred customer. They also get the same. Yeah. So that's in brief about the compensation that you get to see. I'm sure you have a lot of questions still coming in. So, for all of you who are the associates, kindly visit the hub. You have the India FAQs available there already. There is a quick guide on the compensation plan. We do have a little detailed one that's being worked upon and will be shortly available. So, what you can do is probably connect with your home country customer service department. You could scan the QR code and get yourself registered there. But I'm sure you also have, questions around the India team, how to connect with the India team. So here's the customer service email ID available for you. Do take a screenshot of this. If at any point of time you're going to be writing in, Amit and his team will be there available. They will respond to you, and whatever is your query, we will be taking care of that. So if you need to build and discuss your plans about India, go ahead and write to us on this email ID. Yeah. We already have our social handles active with us. My request would be to please, in case already not, start following us on our Facebook page of Usana India and our Instagram handle as well of Usana India. You will continue to get best of the best updates, and Sarthak and his team are there responding to all your direct messages out there. Yeah. So before we actually go ahead and end, I'm sure there are a few questions that are coming to your minds. And we kind of collated the questions that we were being asked all this while we were in the AP convention in Korea, or otherwise, on email, on social handles. We had a lot of questions, and I think Puneet would help us to answer a few. Maybe I could also take. So, Puneet, if you're ready, can I ask you a few questions? And of course,
It's absolutely. Yeah. Thanks, Gunjan, for a great update. Yeah. Let's look into the FAQs. Yeah.
all right. Puneet, the very first question that people have been asking and writing everywhere is, when do you think finally Usana will have the hot launch in India?
Yeah, it's a question which is coming from all over WhatsApp, emails. That's, of course, this is an important question. We are targeting to launch in the later part of year, Q3 and Q4. That's the target we have right now. One of the questions that is coming here, when will the market be open for enrollment? I think we're still deciding on the date. We are working with the teams in the home office to really conclude on the date, and I think we should be able to give you the answer shortly. But for sure, the target is that we start India's we open India sometimes in the end of Q3 or Q4 or the later part of the year. That's the plan. Okay, and now I'm going to ask a question to Gunjan. When can we know more about India products, Gunjan?
All right. So as everybody, we've been informing people the products have, we've got a few licenses already. Labels are being now finalized. We're working towards it. And the moment we have more information, we will start holding the product knowledge workshops for all our Indian friends. And until then, of course, we have the international leaders talking about the products that we have. But yes, we will have these workshops coming in pretty soon with all of you. And then go to the third question. People are already asking about the compensation plan. Dan is smiling out there. I think, Dan, what would be your answer to this? When can we have the detailed compensation plan? Be ready to share.
if I got paid for the amount of words that I review in comp plan documents and things like that, it would be great. But yeah, we're in the final process of editing the compensation plan document, as well as we have a quick start guide available. And so I'm hoping, middle of May, end of May, middle of June, around that time period, that we'll have more content for you in kind of a more formalized format that you can begin to use and share with others. But in the meantime, we do have, again, quick guide resources. We have these slides that we can share. We have quite a bit, and we understand how the tree works. And so happy to jump on calls with you if you're just learning about India or learning about USANA and the comp plan, or with our existing associates to help understand how to promote and what the differences are for India. So there's a lot in the works. And I think, just really quickly, I mean, that's the key to these calls, right? Today we're going over just an incredible amount of information, but the following calls will be very specific. So we'll say, hey, we're going to do a very specific product call, and we're going to do a comp plan call, and this is going to be for existing associates. This is going to be for new customers who are considering and looking at it. So I guess is a little overwhelming with the amount of information that's shared, but it's just kind of showing you where these calls are headed, that you'll get a much more deep dive into each of these areas as we go forward.
Cool. So, Puneet, do we plan to add more social handles? We're just on Facebook and Instagram.
India is all about social, India is all about social handles, Snapchat, Twitter, everything is booming here, of course, LinkedIn. As we move on, as we move forward, we'll add more handles. But I would highly encourage you to please, follow us on our, Facebook and Insta handle. If you're not following this, do the follower. We will be very aggressive, step by step. You'll get a lot of information there. And please share that with your prospects in India and so many Indians around the world, as India definitely has a huge social media kind of presence, and we all should together leverage it. Yeah, we'll add more handles as we move forward. So who should we connect with in India team, Gunjan?
All right, as we said, for now, you can, of course, write into our social handles, but the best would be that you send in an email, because then we know we are recording each and every email. We will be connected with you pretty well on the customer service in email ID. Yeah, so please do make a note of that. And yes, Amit is already there on the call. You can bombard him with all the emails with all your questions. We will be happy to answer each and every one of them to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Dan, this one to you. What are we really doing to maintain these quality standards while we manufacture in India? Because we heard a lot about this from all of our international friends.
Well, so the question says, will they be maintained? I think you covered that well, right? Absolutely. I mean, we just will not compromise on our quality. There's just no question that we will not compromise. And we would not have made the decision to manufacture in India if we didn't feel like we could meet the quality standard that we have. And so for those of you just learning about USANA, or even a refresher for people who are already in USANA, I mean, our existing manufacturing facilities manufacture to a pharmaceutical level, like pharmaceutical grade quality product. So not only do we meet kind of the basic standards of manufacturing, and then you add on these levels, but we're literally at the highest level of quality that you can get. And I shared in Korea, we're literally walking the floors of our manufacturing facilities and wiping our finger on the floor, and there's see if there's even dust on the ground. There's people in full mass. It's just the tour is amazing. I hope you all get that chance. But we've absolutely partnered with manufacturing facilities in India, and credit to and just the amazing technology and innovation in India that's available, because we were really happy with the standard that we found. And again, we have that confidence that we can manufacture to the level that we do around the world. No compromise. I, I wouldn't be here. Again, if that was something that we compromised on. This is serious to us. It's serious to Dr. Wentz. It's just not something we would compromise on.
Thank you.
All right.
Puneet, India is all about vegetarians. Do you think we'll be launching all vegetarian products in India?
Yeah, this question was also coming here by, I think, Mr. Dubey, who wrote here. Of course, we start with 4 vegetarian products, but as we move forward, we understand the Indian landscape well, and slowly and gradually we will have a lot of vegetarian products. Just for everybody's knowledge, in India we have a red dot, that's non-vegetarian, and then we have a green dot, that's vegetarian. So when you see a product, made in India, you'll see a red dot or a green dot. That clearly indicates that, it's like a non-veg or a veg. So to answer to your question, Gunjan, as we move forward, definitely we'll have a lot of products. They'll be, of the vegetarian standards, what we call like a vegetarian here in India. It'll be there for sure. Yeah.
And just for people, just to add on to that, for us in India, vegetarian, even egg is a non-vegetarian for us. Any seafood products are also non-vegetarian for us. So nothing, so everything other than the vegetables as such, everything else would then become non-vegetarian. So yes, we will be classifying these pretty well. So when do we open more states in India?
I think I've already covered that. We start with the 18 states, and slowly and gradually we learn from here. We really want to provide you the best of the service. We as a company will never compromise on the service. So having said that, we have our warehouse already kind of getting ready. We have our manufacturing facilities are gearing up. We want to kind of once we launch, we want to test it. We want to ensure that we maintain the same premium standards and then go into other states as we move forward. Again, it's subject to the demand in those states, with the leaders who will be working very closely with us, and will understand the direction we really want to take as we move forward.
Yeah, I was going to say just quickly, we want to hear from you, right? If you have people in the states we're not in, let's talk about it. Let's see how that fits into the timeline and where the demand is. And so you covered it well, but just communicate. That's the key to all of this.
Yep. Okay.
One last and the most important question to me for you. What do people do until the launch really happens?
Absolutely. I have a simple question for you. Like, there are some people are writing to me on WhatsApp saying, please Hindi mein bhi bolo. So I'll speak in Hindi and then I'll kind of cover it up. So it's very simple. अभी तो काम करना है. India बहुत बड़ी market है. बहुत सारे लोग हैं यहाँ पे. So as we say, then make a list and talk to people. List बनाओ, लोगों से बात करो. India is all about, India is a massive opportunity. And this making a list and connecting with Indians is just not limiting to within India. Connect with Indian communities around the world. There are so many Indians, just absolutely around the world. And somebody is just writing here, we have a large population of Indians here in Australia. Of course, there's a large population of Indians in Australia, in Canada, in UK, and we met a few in Philippines, so I think that it's a huge opportunity. So talk to them, make a list. I also want to caution you that, India still, people know Usana in India, but they still don't know Usana in India. They don't know the technology we have. They don't know the science we have. They really don't know who Usana is. They really don't know that 30 years of a strong growth we have. They don't know that we are publicly traded. They really don't know that how we can change the lives of people here. So just talk to them, make a list, And, we are working on the registration process. Some mails are coming. So we're going to kind of, announce when the registration begin. And there are a lot of details we start to get into it as we move forward. Invite them for these calls, very important. Every week, even if you have, for example, you've attended the call, doesn't mean that, your people cannot attend it. Just invite people, invite your prospects, invite who really want to learn and know about Usana. So that's what we highly recommend. We still are few short months away from the launch, and I think what our experiences, and Dan can add more, time just flies, man. You just don't know. I mean, I've been here for 5 months. I don't know. Unbelievable. So I think suggestion or guidance, if you ask me, talk to people, make a list, tell them about Usana, tell them about the products we have, and we will come back to you when the registration starts, when you can actually start to log in, and what are the date of the launch. We are working on to it. Dan, would you like to add something here?
Yeah, I mean, I guess from my perspective, for those that are already associates, the best thing you can do is continue to share the products where you currently are, and really try to build in the Indian communities where you're at. And I guess two things: build the Indian communities where you're at, and just strengthen your business that allow you to be more engaged in India. For people in India, I just can comfortably and confidently state that I'd love you to do your research and dig in and look at the company, look at the reports, look at the history of the company, the founding of the company. I'm happy to connect with you. I know Puneet is, but ask the questions you want, because we're all about transparency, and we want you to feel confident in your decision. We want to make sure there's good value alignment with what you believe and what Usana believes. And so we're not out there saying this is for everyone and we just want everyone to join and see who, out of this big group, who sticks. We really want to partner with people who have similar values, who have a similar long-term commitment to helping the people of India, who really, believe in the products and believe in the industry. So please ask questions, and we're here to help. So let us know what we can do for you.
All right. So, Gunjan, you want to move on to the next slides? And
Yeah, we are now towards the end of this meeting. As already specified by Dan and me, we will continue to have weekly meetings, and of course, we'll try and be more, specific with the agenda. We'll let you know in advance as to what all we're going to be covering, and please go ahead and invite more of your prospects in India to attend this meeting. And this would happen every week on Tuesdays. And we'll be happy, of course, to connect with more people on India time as well. As and when things progress better, we will make changes to that, and we will be, try and invite guests like Dan and other experts to our meeting so that you can hear from them. You can hear more about why Usana is going to be in India, why Usana is so special. So stay connected. The meetings will be on Zoom. This will be the same uh, meeting ID and the passcode. As of now, the time would be 9 a.m. So thank you, and see you on 23rd next.
thank you, everyone. You guys, you have a great day. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.